I am the president and co-founder of D1 Sports Medicine. It just goes to show you that anybody can do anything.
For those that don't know, because people are listening, we got to the 50K, and
with the rain and it was dark and misting, I didn't know if I was coming out here to the woods for a romantic evening or for you to kill me. I didn't know.
We're going to show you the basement in a minute.
You're a football player and you want to get bigger and faster and stronger, then you went to D1. It was founded by a gentleman named Will Bartholomew who played football at the University of Tennessee and then went on and played for the Broncos for a little while. After that, decided he needed to get a real job and founded D1 Sports Training and Sports Performance.
I don't even think those guys have a drinking problem. I'm concerned.
They need to work on that.
You want to talk into the microphone.
Hello.
You can also use headphones if you want.
Well, the headphones look cool for one.
Do you look cool?
Yeah. It kind of depends on who you're asking, but
the ultimate goal was the 5,400. That's probably what piqued my interest more than anything.
These kids would come in and buy beer all the time. Am I supposed to be selling beer?
Fast forward about 2010-ish, he'd started partnering with some high-level elite athletes, Peyton Mannings and Tim Tebow's, Herschel Walkers, et cetera, of the world.
I'm getting better at hearing myself talk.
That takes some therapy.
Some therapy or a lot of therapy?
I would like to not say the word like, and I would like to try to sit still and not fidget like this and go back and forth. My parents were really strict Southern Baptist. There was no alcohol. That was like, you're going to go to hell, dude.
You had this pretty cool three-legged stool, but if you sit on a three-legged stool, you're going to fall on your ass. So you had sports performance, athletes of pretty high caliber, and you had pretty awesome medical partners, but you had nothing for when people got hurt. Do you ever count how many times you say,
Wilson does.
Don't do this. Don't do this. But I just continue to do it.
Don't forget to clap before you start this.
You've got like an audience clap? I thought it was a real audience the whole time. Every time I've listened to this.
I just sold a 12-pack of beer to like a kid that's like 10 years old. Is that okay? Oh, yeah, that's fine. He's just taking it out to his dad in the truck.
And so we formed D1 Sports Medicine, which comprises 95% of our business is physical therapy.
I learned something today. I said like again.
Well, I told him that I wanted a beret and a clapper.
Look, if you don't have one of those, I'm going to say within 30 to 45 days, I'm going to be disappointed.
Oh, somebody out there will send us one now. And I was only 15. Like I'm not even supposed to be selling alcohol to begin with, much less selling it to people that were like 10 years old.
There was a certain arena, there was a certain piece in the physical therapy world that was missing. There was none that combined true fitness, true sports performance, true training, if you will, and traditional therapy.
My problem is I'm recording with all these different things, but I don't understand recording. 4K or 1080i or it's 48K or 44.
3D.
29.97 frames per second versus 30i or 30p.
You're just like, go with the higher number. It sounds better. We can really build something. We can really build a platform where we can truly marry the two and have the mindset that I'm treating Peyton Manning before he's about to get ready for the Super Bowl, but it might be Miss Jones who's 74 and had a total knee replacement.
That looks good.
I mean, I feel good if that matters.
It sounds good.
Sounds good. Looks good. Man, I'm feeling good. Feeling fine. It's like I'm in timeout.
Flight of the Navigator's what it looks like where you have that thing in front of you.
The biggest thing in healthcare is if you didn't go into healthcare to truly help people, then you're in the wrong business.
I could be a clapper. I could try to do a double under here when I smack myself with the rope. I did a lot of that tonight.
I'm good.
I'm
Stop turning things.
You're just getting it to a higher number, aren't you?
That's twice you've told me what to do.
He can't stop pushing buttons, and then everything will break, and then he'll have to spend another 2 hours trying to figure out.
I don't see any of y'all other motherfuckers pressing any buttons to get this thing going.
A lot of other schools get a lot of props for tailgating, the Grove or the Quad in Tuscaloosa or all these different places. But I'm going to tell you, if Starkville, Mississippi wasn't the most badass tailgating place back in the day, because our football team was fucking terrible.
All right, no more pressing. What about that light?
Don't push the button.
So bright.
I don't know what any of the buttons do, but it looks really impressive. It looks like you know what you're doing.
It almost looks like we know what we're doing.
I have always been into fitness. I say always. Now, in college, that doesn't count, right?
Right. Fitness and education don't count during college years. And we're right around the corner from maybe possibly knowing what we're doing.
Within the next year or two,
We'll be on NBC with real producers.
He'll be syndicated.
I'm not 100% sure. But I think he just called you not a real producer.
That's the only thing that I've heard. That's the only thing I'll remember about this day is the time that Vaughn called me a low-life dirtbag, nothing of a producer. Because that's what he said. That's what my therapist is going to hear that he said.
I'm not going to say anything else the rest of the time. You don't get to learn any of my feelings. Are you sponsored by bacon?
Ooh, I did buy a pound of bacon today.
You should buy a pound of bacon every day.
So it's me in the end zone. I'm going to juke the fullback, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut and I'm going to hit the running back right at his freaking hip. So they're coming full speed and I'm jogging up and I juke to the left. So did the fullback. Wham! I start to get back up, running back. Wham! He scores. I said, where's the baseball field? You can come flip some tires.
I want to flip a tire so bad.
Come flip them. There's some that are really worn down because I've flipped them so many times. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that my mom won't listen to this podcast, but if she does, she'll now know that I may have turned down some scholarship offers to go because I'm not sure that I ever even told her. Had I met a Wilson back then, maybe you could have told me to find my bliss a lot earlier.
Back then, I would have been telling you to find your prescriptions and meet me at the corner.
Find your drug dealer.
Okay, I'm not going to slash your tires.
If I have a really crappy day or a really long day or if I'm traveling or whatever, I can simply take a TRX strap out and do a 20-minute workout with a TRX strap, and I feel so much better.
Nobody wants to listen to straight lines.
Nobody's going to tune into us to get information and education. If you want information and education, check out Lift Heavy Run Long podcast. And Mississippi State was a great place to go to school. I don't know anything about their education, but going to school there was a blast.
Hey, I used to sell beer when I was 15 at my first job.
Do you ever feel bad about yourself, or is there an inner conflict or an inner struggle, or do you lose sleep at night thinking about the level of irresponsibility that it took for you to take me to Sillamore?
And I do have the video, by the way. It's classic. It could be its own podcast, I'm pretty sure.
That was a fun trip. That was so fun.
You can't put a price on your health. If there's any chance this is going to make me feel better, then I'll find a way to pay for it. Now, if you don't think it's going to help you, then don't go. Sit at home on the couch and dwell in your sorrows. At 5 a.m., I'm either duck hunting or I got drool hanging down my mouth. I can go to bed at midnight and get up and go to 6 a.m., and I can go to bed at 8 and not get up to go at 5. Sometimes the motivation standpoint, the psychological part is tougher on the high level folks. Little Miss Jones that just wants to get out in her garden and garden again is way more motivated. When they're so high level and it's taken away, it's hard for them to grab it back.
They took my fat ass up there to run it. It took 10 hours and some odd minutes.
We're getting ready to go back in a couple of weeks.
We're going to take the podcast with us.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, my gosh. I'm going to be in Africa. I should call in. Have you ever had anybody call in from Africa?
No, that would be a first. Well, that's a problem because there is no internet connection. By the time we get there, Wilson will have bought some sort of device that will connect us to a satellite.
He's going to launch a satellite in space for that.
Yeah. Like this weekend, it's going to get launched.
Would y'all be opposed to that if necessary? I'll call the people over at Sputnik. And so I sort of enjoy being just an advocate for the walk around the block guy. What I advocate more than anything is just the getting out of bed, getting showered, take a walk around the block, and then let's see how things are going. Our 10-year-old son, he's going to play in the NBA. I don't think there's a Horrell who's ever successfully dunked on an 8-foot goal.
Do you train every day at your facility now?
If I was you, I'd just walk around telling people I founded it all day. Hey, man, I founded this bitch.
And then sometimes you just like walk around with like an empty bottle and drop it and go pick that shit up.